My father's name was Alfred James Marshall.
He came from a big family, went away to the First World War, was injured and came back from the war a totally different person to when he went away, and so he left Adelaide and came to Perth.
We lived in 78 Lincoln Street in Highgate. Alf would be in the yard chopping wood, looking after the chooks, and Mum, Myra, would be in the kitchen. And I think being placid would have been an attraction for both of them.
We weren't allowed to be smacked. My father didn't believe in smacking children. So when I knew that I was in trouble with Mum, I'd run down the corner and wait for Dad to come home from work and walk home with him so they wouldn't get my smacking. But sometimes I didn't run fast enough and Mum got me.
She would walk down the passage with Dad, behind Dad of course, and poke her tongue out at Mum.
I don't remember doing that.
On a Saturday, he would say, "I'm off now, Myra." And she would say, "Okay." And we automatically knew that he would be going to the Queen's because that was the way he walked. Mum would always say, "It's 10 to 6, girls," and we would go and start walking to meet Dad. We'd go to the back of the hotel and we would wait for Dad to come down the back steps. While we were waiting, we'd draw hopscotch on the footpath and play hoppy while we were waiting. Then we'd know when it was just about closing time, they would sing out, "Last round," and all the men would get up to the counter, the bar, and get their drinks because they knew that would be the last drink because they had to close at 6. One more game's hopscotch and he'll be here. And sure enough, down the stairs he would come. We were always happy to see him. And try, "Come on, Dad." And we'd get either side of him and we'd walk home and chatter all the way home, and it was really nice. It was really nice.
We were going down to have a holiday with family in Bridgetown, and we got to the station because Mum always liked to get there early. So we went there and we got on the train, and it was the old steam trains, and we're in the carriage and the train started and we were wondering where Dad was, and as the train was pulling away from the station, we saw him standing up on the stairs, and he had in his hand 2 big bags, so that would have been the fruit that he would have been given us to eat on the train. We were able to call out to him and wave to him, and that was our image of our father standing on the railway bridge with his 2 bags of fruit. And that was the last time we saw him alive. That's our image of him. Yeah, we were all sitting at the breakfast table having our breakfast, and naturally the radio was on, and then after the news they made the announcements of people that had been picked up by ambulances the previous night.
Now for the list of announcements.
And then they announced our father's name, and
Alfred James Marshall of Highgate was picked up from the Queen's Tavern.
We were just all shocked and stunned.
He was taken late last evening to Royal Perth Hospital, where he is being treated for head injuries.
Mum was upset and saying, "Oh, let me get into town so I can catch the train," or into Bridgetown and catch the train and that. But we realised it was too late. The train had already gone. Not long after that, he passed away because his injuries was he had head injuries and everything. We don't know what caused him to fall. We never really ever found out.
Maybe he looked up thinking we might be there to meet him. It's just hard to say what was going through his mind, but unfortunately he slipped down the stairs and never finished the walk up the drive.
And it was very sad for us. We were very upset because we knew the last time we'd seen our dad was on the railway station.
Yeah. Yes, it was. I probably would never have gone back to the Queen's Hotel, but a group of my friends that I used to work with, we meet there for lunch. I stop and linger a bit and think, now I wonder where he stood. But then when you tell us about the ghost and we hear about the ghost, I often think it's him. He's there waiting for us to come and pick him up. We haven't come for him. I believe in the hereafter, you know,
Yes.
that his spirit is still there, like he had unfinished business. Sometimes I think he's still waiting for us to come and get him.